Start off with some balancing. Balance, balance, balance. You know what? In fact, let's turn the seat of the chair so that it's facing you. So the seat is right here. It's right in front of you, and you're going to set up one foot kind of in between the legs of the chair, but you're also back about a foot. So the middle of the toes are pointing directly in between the two front legs of your chair, and you're about a foot behind. Balance, if you can. You may need another object, or you may need to hold on to something to do this, because the goal here is to not only balance, but to use your fingers and your hands and your arms to come down, touch the chair, the seat of the chair. If you have arms on your chair, a little armrest, you can touch those because it's a little taller, so it makes it a little easier. So if you have the arm bars and your balance is a little shaky, then you can go to the arm bars first. If you can reach for the chair, you can reach for the seat of the chair, then go for it there. But notice what I'm doing with my leg, the standing leg. I am actually bending at the knee, and I am also bending forward from the waist. I'm touching the seat of the chair. I am stabilizing with my arms to help me with my balance. I have a good bend in that front leg, and then I come up out of it. And if you need to touch down again to kind of regain your balance, that's okay. So balance first. Bend the leg. Bend the knee on the standing leg, reach and touch, come out of that. If it's too much and it's just too tall, then go for the backrest of your chair. You're still back about a foot and your toe is still parting the middle of your chair, and you're just going to bend and reach to the taller side of your chair. But the movement is still the same. You're bending that knee, feeling the weight on the heel of that down foot, the grounded foot. And you're just reaching forward, balance, stabilize, then release. Let's switch legs now. So the other leg is working. Get the other leg up, balance, think about your core. Reach, bend the knee and reach. If it's too much to bend the knee, and it's becoming pretty difficult, maybe you have achy knees, or it's just too much weight on one leg, you can use the down, or the leg that's up in the air, you can bring it down to give you a little support, and you can reach that way. So it's almost as if you're using that extra leg, or not extra, but the leg that's in the air, you're using it as like a kickstand, like a stabilizer. And it also takes a little bit of weight off the standing leg, allowing for movement, allowing you to work through your range of motion. Okay, so do what you can. So many options here. Keep working. Remember to load the weight on the heel. It's a tough move. Do what you can. Just a couple more. Stay strong through your core. Last one coming up. Other side. Same thing. Lining up the foot so that it's in the middle, in between the two front legs of the chair, but also a foot back. Reach, bending at the leg and knee, bending at the waist, bending at the knee on that standing leg, feeling the weight on the heel of that grounded foot, staying strong through your core, taking your time. Don't rush. Do what you can. Again, remember, if it's tough to keep all that weight on one leg, you can ground the other foot, get the toes down and give you a little support. And now your body weight's divided a little bit where you're still keeping a majority of the weight on that front foot. Maybe like 70% of your weight's on that front leg. The remaining 30 is on this back leg. And it's like a kickstand. So do what you can. One more time. Okay. Grab a dumbbell. I'm going to grab a dumbbell real quick. And you're going to set it on the chair. If you don't have a dumbbell, you can use a water bottle. Water bottle will work just fine. A wine bottle. If it's open, take a little sip. I'm just kidding. So from there, again, we're balancing. The move is the same. We're going to grab that weight. Okay, so let's go to the other leg. Balance. Tighten up the stomach first. Flex your core. Reach for the weight. Now tighten up your stomach as you grab the weight and lift it off and come all the way up out of it. Use your foot if you need to help you balance and stabilize. Right? Lift it up if you can. Then put it back down. Bend the leg, reach down, set it down, and come up without it. Okay, so we're going to grab, tighten up the core, bring it into the body, balance, regain your composure, strong through the core, put the weight back down, let it go. Let's do 3 more. Balance, reach, bring it in, regain the balance, set it down. Let it go. 2 more. Continue to think about your core as you move. Bring it in. Extend out, reach. Let it go. Set it down. 1 more to go. Last one. Bend that leg. Feel it on the heel of that rounded foot. Bring that weight in. Tighten up the stomach. Reach. Set it down. Switch legs. A little more challenging now with that weight. Again, you're about a foot back. And then the front leading foot is about a foot behind or a foot in front of the chair. And then again, in the middle, parting the seat of your chair. Balance. Tighten up the stomach. Mind your posture. Bend that leg. Through the heel. Come up. Grab the weight. Bring it in. Easy as you set it down and let it go. So we always come up without it, reach, come up with it, I should say, then we set it down, come up without it. So it's a big sequence of exercises or moves. Grab it, bring it in, balance, set it down, let it go. Come up without it, balance again. 2 more. Continue to focus on your core. Tighten up the stomach. 1 more. Reach. Bring it in. Set it down. And release. All right. 1 more time. Another set of 5. Okay, last one. Remember, you can use your foot, that balancing leg that's in the air. If you need it for support, you can ground it, but make sure you have that good weight distribution, 70 and 30. All right, here we go. Balance, tight tummy. Let's go for it. Reach, bring it in. Lower the body, bend the knee. Put the weight down, let it go. Come up without it. That's 1. Reach, grab it, bring it in, balance, reach, set it down, let it go. Come up without it. That's 2. 3 to go. Reach, grab it, bring it in, reach, set it down, let it go. Almost there. Remember the core. Tighten up the stomach. Last one coming up. Strong through that core. Reach. Grab it, bring it in. Easy as you come down. Set it down, let it go. Switch legs. You really start to feel that quad and hip really work. The feet, the ankles, your calf, all of it's working on the standing or grounded leg. All right, so now I'm on my right side. One more set. Tight tummy, engage your core, bend that knee. It's almost like you're doing a little bit of a squat. To reach down and grab that weight. Flex that stomach, tighten up the core as you grab it, bring it in. Set it down, let it go. And repeat. Bring it in, balance, tight tummy, set it down, let it go, balance again. Let's do two more. Almost there. Last one, reach, grab, pull it in, extend, reach, set it down, let it go. Moving on. A lot of balancing on that one. Pretty tough on the leg, but that's okay. Holding on to your one dumbbell, standing real tall in front of your chair. Feet are kind of wide. Holding on to the one dumbbell with two hands. Posture now. Shoulders up and back. Tighten up your stomach. Now make sure you bring those shoulders down, right? So when you come up, shoulders go back and then they sink down. Flex the stomach. Bring the weight up and then right back down. So you're bringing the weight up right to chest height in that general area. Try not to go above your chest, or definitely don't go above your shoulders, right? Or above your head. Try to stay right around your stomach, chest height area, so it's a little bit below your shoulder height. Don't come up too high. And so what we're working on is the front part of our deltoid, right? The front part of our upper arm. Coming out, coming in, or down. So this move we do all the time, very functional. If you want more of a challenge, you can grab onto two dumbbells and do this move individually. But we're good for now with just one dumbbell. Come up and down. Come up and down. Now from here, bring it up to the chest. Let's squat. No workout is complete without squats. So we got to get those in there. Very functional move. We do this every day. Get that weight up there. Push your hips back. Get a good squat. Get your bum to touch the chair. Stand all the way up. Now if it's tough and you can't quite go all the way down, then you're doing half. But you are still pretending as if you are going to sit down in that chair. So you need to practice the motion of sitting down and coming up. Right? If you're not going to be able to do a full-on squat and sit all the way down, then you're going to mimic or simulate sitting down as much as you can. Once you feel like you can't get any lower, you stand up out of it. So you have your range of motion that works well for your body. So you have to figure that out and see what it is. Right? Everyone's different. Remember the basics. Load the heels. Stay strong through your core and have a good posture as you're holding on to that weight. One more. All right, back to the front raise. Shoulder check. Shoulders up. It's almost like you're shrugging. Bring them back and then down. From there, we raise. Bring the weight up right around chest height. A little bit below shoulder height. Make sure you have a good strong grip on that dumbbell. Strong hands, strong fingers. Your palms are facing in towards each other as you're holding on to that weight. Standing real tall. Core is engaged. Let's do 3 more. 3. Stand tall. 2. Strong core. 1. Bring that weight up. Right into it. Squats. Try to get your bum close to the chair. Obviously, I'm not using the chair right now. But use it for yourself as a guide to support you, to help you get, or to help you set up mechanics, good mechanics. So keep your chest up. You should be able to look straight ahead. Right? Keep your vision forward. Look straight up, straight ahead, I should say. Right? Your gaze is forward. Chest is up and forward. Hips go out, and you're bending forward from the waist a little bit as you come down. So whether you're going halfway down, all the way down, posture is the same, core is the same, loading the weight onto your heels remains the same, flexing that stomach nice and strong. Remember to breathe. Breathe in, exhale, stand. Breathe in, exhale as you stand. One more. Breathe in on the way down, exhale as you stand. One more time through. Shoulders up and back. And just raise to about chest height. Remember, don't go above the shoulders. A little bit below the shoulders. Right around the height of the chest, the top of the stomach, sternum. Remember to pull in the belly button. Suck in the stomach. Stand really, really tall. Tall, tall, tall. Just a few more. There's 3. There's 2. And then there's 1. Bring that weight up. Last set. Let's go for 10. All right, quick set of 10. Good posture, shoulders back, tight tummy. Keep your gaze forward. Squat and let's go. There's 2. Load the heels on the way down. 3. Push those heels into the floor to get up. 4. 5. Flex that stomach. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right. Put the weight down. Get a little water. We're going to work on our core. So, these are tough. Using your chair, or perhaps something taller, we're going to get into some planks. I'm going to give you options. Option 1, if you have arm bars on your chair. Hands grabbing those armrests, and you move your feet back, and you hold a plank. So you're trying to set up a straight body line from your heels to your knees, to your hips, to your shoulder. It's a straight body line. So this is progression 1, if it's pretty tough for you, right? If planks are hard, this is where you start. You can also have your hands on a bed or the tall end of the sofa. So whatever works for you, okay? From here, you can come down to the hands a little lower to the seat of your chair. Sometimes this can be tough on the wrists and hands, but the mechanics are the same. Right? Strong through your shoulders, tight core, heels, knees, hips and shoulders are in alignment. Okay, so this is the next step. You're a little lower with your hands. And then the final progression is coming down on your elbows, and you're on the seat of your chair. You can also do this on your elbows on a sofa, right? Like on the back end of the sofa. If you need to be taller, you can do it on your bed, elbows on your bed, your feet are on the ground. Right? You're facing in towards your bed. Your elbows and forearms are resting on the mattress, and your feet are on the floor. So you're a little taller there. Sometimes this is more comfortable for the hands, or I'm sorry, for the upper body, and you're giving your hands and wrists a break. So planking on the hands can be challenging for the wrists. Hold as long as you can. You take a break when you need. I'm going to sit here. You try to stay with me for as long as you can. Now remember the rules. Heels, hips, shoulders, straight line. Tight core, suck in the stomach, pull in your belly button, and squeeze the core as tight as you can. Suck in the stomach and hold it there. And take a little break. So the way to get out of this is to just bring one foot forward, then bring that back foot forward, and stand up. Shake out those arms. Those are hard. Tough on the shoulders, of course. But what's great is you're building shoulder strength and stability without even moving. All right, the previous set we were moving and getting resistance. Now we're using our body weight as resistance, and our shoulders are having to stabilize and support us as we hold that plank and we work on our core. So it's a good way to build some shoulder stability without doing much work as far as lifting a weight, moving it away from your body. This, you're just supporting your body. And getting into this plank again, let's go for it. Figure it out. You should have a good idea of what you can and cannot do now. So let's get into it. Let's set our body up nice and strong. Set up your feet. Right? Toes digging in. Balls of the foot digging in. Those heels are off the ground. Squeeze your glutes, the butt muscles. Tighten those up. Squeeze those together. Then squeeze your core. Make sure your elbows are below your shoulders. If you're on your hands are below your shoulders. Alright, so your arm is perpendicular to the floor if you're on your hands. And we just squeeze that core, squeeze the glutes, and hold it. Continue to hold. Work through it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring in one foot, bring in the other foot. Shake out those arms. I like to do a little arm swinging. We're going to do one more set. Shake out those arms. It's tough on the shoulders. You really work those shoulders pretty hard. But hopefully your core is working too. So it's a mutually beneficial exercise for the core. And I'm not just talking our front, I'm talking our side and our back as well. So the plank is good for 360 degrees of work. And then, of course, the shoulders. All right, so let's get down one more time. Maybe a couple arm circles, if you can. Really loosen up those shoulders. Give them a little bit of a break, and let's go for it. Our last final set, and we'll move on to something else. So get your elbows down, or your hands. Make sure your elbows or your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Straight body line, heels, knees, hips, and shoulders. Nice and straight. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze the core. Push yourself away from the chair or object, whatever you're laying on or resting on. Push yourself away through the shoulders. Don't let your body sag in towards whatever it is your elbows or hands are resting on. Push yourself away from the ground, through your shoulders. Hold on strong. Tighten up the stomach. Squeeze your glutes, the butt muscle. Squeeze them together. Squeeze your core, bring it in, hold it. 10 seconds. Keep holding. Try to stay with me. Don't stop now. You have about 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Good job. Moving on. Moving on. Turning the chair around. Let's get to the tall side. Let's give that upper body a complete break. But we're going to work on our calves. Raising those heels up. You're using your hands on a chair for a little support. You can also do this without your hands if you want, but it's a little more challenging to your balance, which is fine. It's totally fine. But if you're having difficulty coming up and maintaining that balance, it might be a little too challenging for you. Where if you're coming up and you're noticing that you're kind of losing your balance backwards or you're losing your balance forward pretty regularly, then I want you to not focus on that and hold on to something and really dial in just the basic movements of the heel coming off the floor. Right? And if you can, remove your hands, but you should be able to come up and come down with control. And if that's too tough to do, then I recommend holding on to something. So you have options here. Trying to raise those heels up as high as you can. Now you're always trying to focus on getting the weight inward towards the big toe. So as you lift up, your body weight will shift in towards the big toe, the ball of the foot. And so you're trying to keep your ankles from rolling out to the outside. We don't want that to happen. We want to try to keep the ankles in alignment with the rest of our leg. In other words, we're keeping the ankle right below the knee. And you could feel when your heels and ankles roll out to the side. It's going to happen on occasion. But then you just try to refocus your movement and get the weight to shift in towards the big toe. You should really start to feel those calves right now, the back of your lower leg. And that's the point. Let's start to add a little toe raise. So as you come down, pick up the toes, shift back to raise the heels. So now really pay attention to your body, right? As you come up with the toes, try to make sure that you're not lifting the toes so much where you do one of these and you kick out your butt and your arms go forward. Try to keep the hips in, lift the toes, then the heels. So you're still trying to maintain that straight body. And when you pick up the toes, it really doesn't matter how high up you go with the toes, right? You don't want to try to lift those toes up as high as you can and then you're sacrificing your posture, really. Don't sacrifice your posture for the height. Just do what you can. Keep your body straight, your core strong, posture, right? Shoulders back. Flex that stomach. If you think about your core, just like we did on the planks, you're actually getting some ab engagement, some core engagement as you stand. So actively think about sucking in the stomach and tightening up the core as you move. Again, working those abs while we're working those legs. A couple more. 1 and 2. All right. Take a break. Have a seat in your chair. Grab a dumbbell. Hopefully it's close by. Grab one dumbbell. Hold on to it. Right in front of your chest. Legs are out. Very functional move. We're going to pretend like we're sitting on the sofa, the couch, and we're reclined backwards, and we need to sit up and get out of the couch. So from here, you're sitting real tall. Weight is in front of the chest. Legs are extended out in front of you. Knees are bent a little. And I am sitting kind of close to the edge of my chair. From here, tighten up your stomach. Go back as far as you're comfortable with. If you can get your back to touch the chair and still keep the heels down, great. And then sit up out of it. If your backrest on the chair is pretty far away from you and you just can't quite reach it, then that's fine. You go as far back as your body will let you while keeping your core strong. Right? And you go back and forth. So we recline backwards. Use your core to come up out of it. Now those heels are going to want to lift up. Try your best to keep them down. And it's okay if they come up a little bit. Don't judge yourself. It's all right. But if you're doing one of these, where those feet come up and you're really struggling to get up, you're going too far back. Right? If your lower back is bothering you, don't go back as far, right? Don't recline as far back. Sit a little taller and shorten up your range of motion. And if it's still tough, then remove the weight. Don't use anything at all, and just have your hands on top of your chest and pretend like you're holding on to weight. And just move in that same fashion, sitting tall, engaging your core, then move back. Keep that core tight as you sit up, and then re-engage. Good posture, tight stomach, lean back, keep those heels down to the best of your ability. Do what you can. Strong through the core. Really getting a lot of core work today. Let's do 5 more. 5. Now on that 5th one, I have a surprise for you. 4. 3. We're almost there. 2. Sit really tall on this one. Come back as far as you're comfortable with and hold it. Stay there. Hold. But don't let your back touch the chair. You shouldn't be holding that. Right, where your back is resting and your core is disengaged. Hold the weight in tight, keep the heels down, lean back, and hold it. You're holding that reclined position. Now from here, reach and come down. Here's a surprise for you. We're going to go for 20, and then we are done. If you can't quite reach with the weight, then put the weight down and just use your arm weight to reach. There's 6, tight tummy. 7. You can also reach forward a little bit if you need to. 8. 9. 10. 10 more. Strong through that core. There's 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're done. Good job. All finished. Little core work. So that helps you. So if you're ever kind of doing one of these, it happens. We kind of just slouch and lean back and get a little lazy with it, and rightfully so. But it just helps you do that forward, coming out of that chair motion. It just makes it a little easier for you. And then, of course, the squats to get up out of the chair. So everything we do is very functional. Great job, everyone. Bravo. All done.